Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Diego Dario.
We bring you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Z Hervasio. In tonight's Game Plan, we'll catch up with our Philippine national volleyball team members as they prepare for the upcoming Southeast Asian Games. We have Alyssa Valdez, Jaja Santiago, Abby Maraño, and Coach Ozzie from Brazil. And then we got Intal, Manuel Sumanguid to join us live here in the studio.
And we'll hear more courtside stories from two of our UAAP Season 84 correspondents, Ozzie, Llige, and Kaila D. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. It's all systems go for the Philippine women's volleyball team's training in Brazil. Now, my partner, Z Hervasio, caught up with Alyssa Valdez, Jaja Santiago, Abby Maraño, and Coach Ozzie in this exclusive edition of Inside the Game.
Joining us tonight are the queens of Philippine volleyball. We have Jaja Santiago, Abby Maraño, Alyssa Valdez, and Coach Ozzie. Ayan, nanggagaling sila ngayon sa Baruberi in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Good evening, guys. Welcome to the game. Ayan, guys. So, magkamustahan muna tayo. Kamusta yung flight natin to Brazil? How was it? How was traveling all the way from Manila to Brazil? Alyssa?
It was a very, very, very long flight. But it took us probably 35 hours to get here. But the flight was pretty much okay naman. After that, our coaches gave us a good rest also to prepare for our training the following day. So, yeah, it was a good flight.
Good training.
Training and practice game.
And practice game. Okay, so, Chang, ano yung ginawa nyo pagkalapag nyo sa Brazil?
Pinapad si Jaja.
Saan ba yun? Brazil na. Wala, natulog kami kasi ang hapawalid ng biyahe namin sa airport. Papunta dito sa Sportsville.
Kasi gabi na yun.
Gabi din nung dumating kami dito.
Actually, hindi pa nga tayo nakatulog agad kasi katawan natin.
Naghanap sila ng kanin.
Naghanap kami ng pagkain. It's cool. Akala namin breakfast pa.
Dalag pa eh.
Naloko na yung body clocks, no? Was it surreal that you were already finally in Brazil, Chang?
Sobra kasi nakaka-amaze that now we're seeing you na parang ang umaga dyan, tapos dito ang dilim ng background namin. Yeah, sobrang surreal talaga na ang layo natin sa Pilipinas, guys. Hindi na natin buong mundo para lang makarating dito. At iba-iba yung iba talagang environment na nandito ako sa Brazil.
So, can you tell us about your schedule? Kasi alam namin galing kang Japan. So, from Japan, where did you go? And then, how did you end up with the team in Brazil?
Tatawa na. Then after, kakatapos lang nung league namin, parang 2 weeks ago lang. Tapos after nung game namin, nag-konting liwa-liwa lang. Nag-Okinawa ako, and then after Okinawa, nag-pack na ako ng gamit ko, tapos minute ko sila sa Istanbul. Naghanapan pa kami. Nasa F kayo, pero yun. Tapos yun, sabay-sabay na po ang punta dito sa Brazil. Tapos next schedule ko po, SEA Games po. Kami pare-pares po ng SEA Games.
How important is this Brazil training camp? Can you tell us ano yung program na nakalaan habang kayo nasa Brazil?
This training camp really is to prepare for the SEA Games. Limited time to let the girls gel and learn the system that we prepared. So, yung mga tune-up matches namin will be the gauge. And also, time to shine ng mga players. Kahit sumasabay naman, but syempre, the coaches are never satisfied. So, never satisfied. So, tinitiga namin na tinitiga every day. So, we had our first tune-up match against South Caetano. We played yung champion ng D-League nila, kami, tapos natulog lang, nag-workout konti in the morning, and then in the evening, bumiyahe kami more than 2 hours traffic para Manila, tapos naglaro ng 5 sets. So, bulagaan kapaan talaga sa court. So we'll let them explore or experiment, sige lang, and then yung correction the following days.
Pero meron pa tayong mga scheduled na tune-up coming up.
Yeah. Etong next 3 days, we have 3 matches scheduled. So tomorrow, we will travel again to Sorocaba. It's about 76 kilometers away. Ang kalaban doon yung Sesti Sor na team.
Alright. So
And
far,
then the next day, yung Barueri na malakas.
and you mentioned, Coach, medyo kulang pa sa pag-gel ng team. Alyssa, what do you guys do to bond habang nandyan kayo sa Brazil? Ano yung mga bonding activities nyo?
I think one of the bonding moments of the team is to eat all the time. Lalo na sa pag-breakfast is our favorite meal. We always eat together. I think after kasi trainings, we make sure our coaches make sure na nakakapag-rest kami and recover. So yun yung mga iba namin ginagawa aside from eating together ng mga bread dito, bread, and steak.
Oh, wow.
So I think we spend more time eating together. Yan lang siguro yung sa mga bonding sa amin. And after that kasi, actually, after morning practices, we rest, recover, and then we train again in the afternoon. And then, di lang namamalayan ang bilis ng oras na sa gabi after we rest and recover again, and then we sleep na lang. So we just really have time to eat together.
We don't have much time na mag-bond. Nasa although we had a day, a half-day break. So yung mga iba nakapag room hopping, TikTok, ganyan. Mga small,
I think dati kahit pag nag-workout tayo, so may bonding na rin eh.
And actually, we have mga extra trainings, mga individual skills. So we actually, nagkakaroon din kami ng bonding doon, like mga kaposisyon namin or iba-ibang position. Kasi nagkakaroon kami ng extra time together inside of court din. So yun yung mga bonding.
Actually, more on one-on-one.
Yes,
Kasi
yeah,
tayo
wala
big
na
group. That's a big group. We don't usually train every time na big group. We separate them in 2 groups in the morning.
Oh, that's nice. Very efficient din kasi I think na kailangan ma-maximize na yung time natin now. That's a good information, Coach. Thank you. Yun din pala, speaking of bonding, tapos room hopping, aside from all those things, do you have time to go out and see what's out there in Sao Paulo? No?
Wala pa po.
Wala pa or wala talaga?
I just says no.
Ano?
Wala talaga.
Wala talaga.
Yun na yun. Madami pa yun eh. Parang mga 30 minutes pa ata pa kami nagkukwentuhan. I'm sure nabitin pa kayo, but definitely we'll have more Brazil stories from our Philippine women's volleyball team within this week. So you guys better tune in for that. And now, after the break, we'll shift to the Philippine men's volleyball this time. We have Rex Intal and Sumanguid join us live here in the studio. So keep it here. You're watching The Game. You're watching The Game. Shifting from the women's national volleyball team over to the men's side this time, we're joined by two members of the national team fresh from their training camp in Doha, Qatar. So welcome back mga idol, Rex Intal and Sumanguid. What's up you guys?
The
Kamusta?
idols.
The idols. What's up Rex? Kamusta na ba yung training camp natin? How is it being with this kind of national team pool?
Yeah, like what you said, kakabalik lang namin from Qatar and siguro masabi ko na it was very needed na yung Qatar training camp namin kasi we had lots of setbacks and obstacles because of the pandemic. Nagkaroon kami ng mga training bubbles sa country pero paputol-putol because of ECQ. So, nahirapan din kami to adjust and kaya ako sinabing needed talaga yung training camp namin na yun kasi parang wala kaming tournaments masyado sa men's volleyball and kami-kami lang yung nagkikita sa court. So merong familiarity na sa alam na namin yung galaw ng mga ng mga second six, first six. So nakatulong talaga sa amin yung training camp sa Qatar kasi nakita namin kung paano kami mag-adjust sa kalaban and nakita namin yung parang ano yung pwedeng ma-expect sa darating na SEA Games.
Pero yeah, usually pag athletes no, and nagta-travel tayo, yes, we do our trainings, we eat the right stuff, we practice 2 to 3 times a day. Pero yung gusto ko malaman yung off the court, I'm sure marami rin kayong moments na ganun sa Qatar, diba? Yun yung one of the honestly funnest moments when you travel with the team. Ano yung favorite part mo nung sa Qatar trip niyo?
Kami kasi what's nice about our team is we treat each other as family talaga. So, makikita mo yun, gaya ng sabi mo, makikita mo yun even outside the court, inside and outside the court. And kapag nagbabonding talaga kayo outside, nadadala mo yun sa loob ng court. And yun, nung sa Qatar namin, hindi naman kasi strict doon sa Qatar, hindi naman required mag-face mask sa labas. So, we were allowed naman to go outside, labas, nakaka-bonding kami noon, so na-enjoy namin kasi lalo na yung Filipino community doon, sobrang welcoming.
Sobra, dami doon.
Daming Filipinos actually.
And Sums, na-mention nga ni Rex yung bonding, right? Before kayo lumipad sa Qatar, you went to a 6-week bubble training camp here in Manila actually. First question ko, di pa ba kayo nagsasawa sa isa't isa? And second, and yung second, kamusta yung bonding yun? Like, sabi ni Rex nakakatulong yun. Pero ano yung mga natutunan mo sa teammates dun sa 6 weeks na nasa bubble kayo?
Well, as a rookie sa national team, mas nakilala ko yung mga seniors ko, mga kuya ko, and yung mga moments na for sure I'll treasure. Kasi iba yung bonding sa loob ng court, mas lalong iba yung bonding sa labas ng court. Nakakatuwa kasi pag solid yung bonding namin sa labas ng court, mas nagiging well-communicated kami inside the court. And I think that's a nice thing to know about playing the sport because you have to communicate in each aspect.
Correct. I wanted to go back at Jegski, Rex. Earlier you mentioned na hindi lang kasi training camp to. For those of you who are watching, they also had exhibition games, a lot of tune-up matches. Can you tell us about the level of play when you went to Doha and how important it was for you to experience that?
Masasabi kong it was really important na makaharap kami ng mga club teams na galing sa ibang bansa kasi like before nung 2019 nasa Japan kami, ibang level of play yun. Iba yung style nila.
Correct.
So nag-adjust din kami dun sa Japan. And dito naman sa Qatar, nakaharap namin yung mga club teams sa Qatar, meron din club teams from India.
Okay.
Nag-adjust din kami dun. So magagamit namin yun sa SEA Games kasi natututo kami mag-adjust kada team. So, yeah.
Yeah, assumes grabe yung preparation. No? Now, let's, first time mo mag-represent dito sa SEA Games for our Philippine men's national volleyball team. No? Pero, Let's go back to that 2019 historic run na ginawa ka. Part si Rex nun, natalo niya yung Thai. I think Thailand. Natalo
Yes.
niya yung Thailand
Yes.
nun to enter the gold medal match for the first time in almost more than 40 years. How excited are you to represent this country sa SEA Games and following that kind of a performance ng mga kuya mo rin?
Well, honestly, all I can say is I trust the system. And yun nga, sistema ni Coach Dante na nagpanalo ng silver last SEA Games despite the struggles because of the pandemic. Nakita ko yung chance nating maka-gold this year.
And sa tingin mo, what will you bring to the table? You know, as a rookie, but for sure one of the leaders na rin for this team.
Well, as a libero, all I can give is good energy inside the court. You know, hype my teammates up, do my role, you know, and always communicate, especially sa coaches namin when nararattle na yung mga spikers namin. So, yeah, you're right, leadership.
Yeah.
Alright, syempre, hindi lang ikaw yung excited. Excited ako, si Jaja,
rin
I'm
excited,
sure,
yes.
and the rest of the Filipino fans ng volleyball. Jumping off of that 2019 performance, Rex, alam natin we already got the silver in the last Southeast Asian Games. A lot are expecting na baka mag-gold, sana mag-gold this time. Do you think that the team is on track dun sa goals sa preparation nyo towards the Southeast Asian Games? Alam natin, less than a month to go. And how are we feeling? Prepared na ba? Like, ready na ba sumabak by then in Vietnam?
Ako masasabi ko na ang ganda ng pinapakita, ang ganda ng performance ng team ngayon. And kahit wala pa si Mark and Brian, kasi hindi sila kasama sa Qatar. So si Mark and Brian magagaling sila ng Japan. And si Brian kakabalik lang, si Mark ina-expect pa namin. So sobrang laking addition sa amin yun. And ngayon na ang ganda ng pinapakitang performance. And noong 2019 kasi wala kami masyadong expectations. Gusto namin ipakita lang, i-showcase kung ano meron yung Philippine men's volleyball. And ngayon naman, we're expecting nothing less than silver.
Yun. And for the volleyball fans, ano yung may expect nila sa lahat ng members ng national team itong upcoming SEA Games? Tsaka baka gusto nyo rin may ipakita sa t-shirt nyo. May papakita ba kayo?
Galing segue nun, Jaja.
Pero message to the fans, of course. Message to the fans.
Sana po, supportahan nyo kami sa upcoming SEA Games. This May, iba rin yung sinakripisyo namin para sa bayan. And now, we really can't wait to represent the country in Vietnam. So, we hope you guys support us and pray for us.
And Rex and Sooms, thank you so much for your time.
Jaja.
Alam namin na galing kayong training and pahinga na rin kayo. Alright? Thank you guys for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
And when we return, we'll hear more courtside stories from two of our UAAP Season 84 correspondents, Ozzie, Llige, and Kaila D. Stay tuned, you're watching The Game. welcome back to the game. Let's take a look at the results for the UAAP men's basketball games today. The UP Fighting Maroons defeated the FEU Tamaraw 73-70, while the DLSU Green Archers dominated the UST Growling Tigers 112-83. And then the defending champions, the Ateneo Blue Eagles, defeating the UE Red Warriors 76-63. And we have our final match going on right now as the 7 p.m. game is ongoing. Now it's time for us to hear some more stories from the courtside. Joining us are UAAP Season 84 correspondents, Ozzie, Llige, and Kaila D. Welcome back to the game, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, so the last time you guys were here, we got to know more about you guys, your journey as UAAP correspondents. But right now, I think it's going to be your debut reporting
Yes.
for the UAAP, right? So, Kaila, I think it's going to be you first. You're going to talk about the NU Bulldogs,
Yes.
specifically Mike Malonzo. He's been actually doing well here for the Bulldogs. He's number 1 in rebounding, number 2 in scoring. Pero ano yung report na pwede mo mabigay sa amin, Kaila, in terms of his pre-game ritual?
Yeah, so I got the chance to speak to Mike Malonzo about his pregame, as you said. And he told me, and I quote, "Prayer po, best pregame ritual." And this influence, interestingly enough, comes from his mother, who is actually a pastor.
Oh.
Yeah, so every game since he was a child, so that was grade 5 actually, he started praying already. And he also has a really supportive family. He told me that even when he was a bench player, they would support him and tell him, dadating rin ang time mo, just wait and pray.
And
Yeah.
sobrang crucial na, no, as players, knowing that you have that supporting cast behind you now. Win or lose, if you play a bad game or a good game, they're there for you. Pero talking about pre-game ritual, ako gusto ko coffee. How about you, Z?
Oh, same. And
Coffee
the
also.
right music.
Right music, very
Balance my
important, very
emotions.
important.
All right, kay Ozzie naman, let's turn to you. And what's your report on the UE squad naman?
Well, I actually got the chance to talk to Orin Katakutan last night, and he mentioned that he just wants to prove that there's still something in him that the fans haven't seen yet. So I think that's something to look forward to, actually. It's good to have that expectation for yourself. We love to see a go-getter. And what I admired about him was in the conversation, he was really well aware of what his role would be in the team. So he knew it wasn't his time to shine just yet, being a rookie. And he would rather focus on what the team needs right now, more maturity and more chemistry, being that this UE Red Warrior squad is a young and rebuilding team.
And I actually have a report about the
Okay.
UE Red Warriors. Sabi ni
Sige.
one of their young players, si Harvey Pagsanan, sabi niya, Nico, Katakutan, he's one of the best one-on-one players. Pero yung adjustment na kailangan niya gawin is try to be a system player, which is very
Correct.
important in the UAP. I'm sure, Z, you know that. Maraming talented players, but if you don't know the system, medyo magkakapaka-paka when it
That's
comes
right. I
to
was gonna say na lilima lang yan yung nakasalang on the court. So
Yeah.
if you're not one of the 5, you have to build yourself up as a role player in the team.
Yeah, of course. And talking about the role players and aspiring stars also, for the NU squad, Kaila, you want to talk about Raylan Torres?
Yes, I do. I'll talk about
He's playing
it.
really well here in NU.
Yeah, so I got to talk about Raylan Torres about any adjustments he's made that have helped him recently. And he told me, tinaasan lang niya yung confidence niya tuwing pinapasok siya ni Coach Jeff. And he also makes it a habit to do extra workouts whenever he can. So this includes doing extra shooting, extra weight training, because he feels like these are the areas that really need improvement. Dapat malakas daw yung katawan niya para ma-defend well and to block well. And he told me also about his struggles, and that includes his first 3 games where he actually struggled because he is a rookie player and a lot of expectations were on him. But Coach Jeff actually told him, you should take it as a challenge. This is a good challenge for you to improve. And yeah, that's about it.
And usually when you're struggling, that's where you get your confidence. When you
Correct.
prepare, when you do your extra work. I'm sure you know that, Z.
Yes,
you won't be in
definitely.
that position, winning championships if hindi ka nag-extra work. Pero for the UE side, Z, you wanna talk about brothers naman for
I
their
know,
for their
right?
team.
I think Ozzie has some report for us. What can you share about the Paranada brothers this time?
Actually, the Paranada brothers, their character development will revolve around versatility and being reliable on the offensive end of things. Offensive end. They may not be the tallest, but I can say that their IQ in the game definitely compensates for that. I also want to highlight that upon talking to these players, they all share the same mindset actually. I got to talk to them one by one, and they all said this, and they really emphasized that they have nothing to lose, but really everything to gain. So I think that's a good step to finding their identity as a team, as a Red Warrior.
And for Nico and Kaila, I played with Nico actually, and he was from Adamson, I think, before I played against him in my final year. Now with UE, he's really playing well. Nakikita niya na yung role niya, and also with his brother. Pero it's also different. Did you ever talk to them about, playing together as brothers and being teammates?
I was actually unable to reach that information.
Nag-anuan ba sila ng bola sa loob ng court? Ganon.
And that's gonna be probably a good report in the coming games. But Ozzie and Kaila, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you guys for having those reports. These are the things that di nakikita ng fans, no? Hindi nila nalalaman without you guys. So thank you so much for it.
Thank you.
All right, so we got the inside scoops for volleyball and basketball today. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Zihir Basho.
And I'm Diego Dario, and this has been The Game.
Daming ganap ni VP today, kaya may pa-live na lang muna siya sa supporters. Pero bakit parang nagulat? Sino po ba yon?
Oh my God, si Pelabas ko na. Bigla ako na-conscious.
Ala! Oo nga naman! Kaka-conscious nga naman talaga kapag pinapanood ka ni Papa P!
Ay, Piolo ko nanonood kasi. Na-conscious ako. Thank you very much for the support.
Pero, sabi po ng supporters, kahit VP ka, may pila raw po kay Papa P!
Humarurot na headlines hatid sa inyo ng nag-iisang Pops J. Tarok.
Lima ang sugatan matapos paputukan ang kampo ni presidential candidate Llige de Guzman habang sinasamahan ng mga manobo sa Bukidnon. Ang dahilan, agawan umano sa lupa. Nagbabala ang World Health Organization na posible ang panibagong surge ng mga kaso ng COVID-19 sa Mayo. Sinigundahan din niya ng DOH kung hindi susunod sa health protocols ang publiko. Natangayan ng motorsiklo ang isang delivery rider. Ang mga karga nitong parcel, ibinenta pa raw ng suspect. At aktor na si Gerald Anderson may pawaw na regalo sa kanyang longtime personal assistant. Ang birthday gift niya kasi, isang motorsiklo. Sana all!
Bilang Pilipino, bilang Pilipino.
Simulan natin ang pagbabalita sa nangyaring pamamaril sa kampo ni na presidential candidate Llige de Guzman at mga kasama nilang manobo sa Bukidnon. Ang ugat daw nito, ang pag-iit ng mga katutubo na mabawi ang kanilang ancestral land. Magbabalita si Faith Del Mundo.
Dapat bawin! Iikot mo doon sa... Ang lupa natin! Ang lupa natin!
Kumakanta pa ang grupo ni presidential candidate Llige de Guzman sa video na ito kasama ang mga katutubong manobo sa Bukidnon. Sinamahan nila ang mga katutubo sa pagbawi ng kanila umanong ancestral domain sa barangay Butong sa bayan ng Quezon. May dala pa silang dokumento kaya legal daw ang kanilang gagawin.
Mga kasama, nandito na yung gwardiya. Nasaan na yung forward negotiator nyo?
Pero habang nasa gitna ng damuhan, biglang umalingaw-ngaw ang sunod-sunod na putok ng baril. Kaya mga tao kanya-kanyang takbuhan. Ang isang nasugatan naman binuhat para itakbo sa ospital. Ayon sa kampo ni de Guzman, 5 ang nasugatan. May tinamaan ding bata at matanda na kasama naman ng mga katutubong titira na sana sa lugar. Muntik na rin daw si de Guzman dahil isa sa mga nasugatan ay kasamahan niya. Kabilang sa naroon sina senatorial candidates David De Angelo at Roy Caballero.
Ginawa ng dato doon Gusto niya makipag-usap pero ano mang sabi ng pag-uusap, tinutukan talaga direkta ng shotgun. Wala pang 100 metro yung pagkakaalam ko. At ang pagkakaputok ay diretso ng start. 15 minutes kaming pinapuputokan ng diretso.
Si Caballero naman di maiwasang sumama ang loob sa National Commission on Indigenous People na kausap pa raw nila kahapon na sasama sa kanila.
Dahil kayo ang National Commission of Indigenous People, Indigenous People po ang nandoon kanina. At wala kayo doon!
Sabi naman ni de Guzman at Vice Presidential Candidate Walden Bello, isang korporasyon umano ang umangkin sa lupa kabilang ang isa raw alkalde.
Mismo yung sundalo na nasa kanila yung notice na evacuate na nung mayor yung lugar, hindi pa nila magamit, may enforce yung kautusan ng ahensya. Kaya yung lahat ng yun ay nagsasabuatan para proteksyonan yung land grabber.
Kinundinanan ng Malacanang ang nangyari. Umapela rin sila sa lokal na mga otoridad na imbestigahan at panugutin ng sangkot sa pamamaril kina de Guzman at sa mga katutubo. Para sa 1PH, Faith Del Mundo, News 5.
Doble kayod sa pangangampanya ang mga presidential aspirants. 3 linggo bago ang halalan. Pero hindi pa rin maiwasan na matalakay ang issue sa panawagan na mag-withdraw na si VP Leni Robredo. Para bigyan ng mukha ang balita, Mobile Journal Yeda Pascual.
Sa Visayas, nag-ikot ang tandem ni Senador Ping Lacson at Senate President Tito Soto ngayong araw. Pero naghiwalay sila sa pag-iikot para mas maraming botante ang masuyo. Si Senador Ping nag-ikot sa Iloilo at Kalibo, habang sa Bacolod at Dumaguete nangangampanya si Senador Soto. Sa gitna ng kampanya, muling nilinaw ng magtandem na hindi nila hinihiling na umatras ang sinumang kandidato. Kasunod pa rin niya ng joint press ko noong linggo kung saan tahasang hinamon ni Mayor Isko Moreno na umatras na sa kandidatura si VP Leni Robredo. Maski ang katandem ni Mayor Isko na si Doc Willie Ong hindi sang-ayon sa panawagan ng alkalde.
Dapat ba siya mag-withdraw kay VP Leni? Kung ako, syempre hindi. Go siya. Sa akin, go kayo lahat. Go kayo lahat. Go. Walang magpipigil.
Pero tuloy pa rin ang kampanya nilang dalawa ngayong araw. Nag-courtesy call sila kay Prosperidad Mayor Frederick Melana at San Francisco Mayor Solomon Rofilia ng Agusan del Sur. Sa Cebu naman, nangyari ang tinuturing na pinakamalaking campaign rally ni Bongbong Marcos. Mahina raw ang 300,000 supporters na dumalo doon kagabi. Andoon din ang local officials sa pangunguna ni Governor Gwen Garcia at Michael Rama na parehong nagpahayag ng kanilang suporta sa Uniteam. Ang Leni Kiko tandem naman hindi alintana ang tirik ng araw dahil sa mainit na pagtanggap ng mga taga-Olongapo at Zambales sa kanilang Olonga Pink. Zambales Leni Kiko People's Rally ngayong araw. Mobile Journal Yeda Pascual po. Hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Pansamantala namang itinigil ng COMELEC ang pagbabayad sa Smartmatic habang hinihintay ang resulta ng investigasyon ng NBI sa nangyaring security breach. Ayon kay COMELEC Chairman Saidamen Pangarungan, 90 million pesos pa ang hindi nila nababayaran sa Smartmatic na due na noon pang Marso. Patuloy rin daw ang paghihigpit nila sa mga empleyado ng Smartmatic para matiyak na hindi maulit ang ginawang paglalabas ng laptop ng empleyado. Hindi pa rin daw nila kinukonsidera ang pagputol ng kontrata sa Smartmatic, lalo't malapit na ang halalan.
The recommendation of our law department is to wait for the official report of the National Bureau of Investigation before we take any of the courses of action that we have.
Hindi pa tapos ang problema sa COVID-19 pero sa Manila City Jail may ibang sakit ng pinoproblema. Yan ang hawaan ng tuberculosis ng mga preso. Para bigyan ng mukha ang balita, Mobile Journal Kaila, Makantan.
Tuberculosis ang nakakahawang sakit na kinakaharap na problema ngayon ng Manila City Jail. Kumusta kaya ang persons deprived of liberty o yung PDLs na nakapiit doon?
Tinatayang 1,321 ang bilang ng mga person deprived of liberty ang nakitaan ng posibilidad sa sakit na tuberculosis. Base sa kanilang X-ray examination noong March 14 to 21 sa TB mass screening. Sa bilang na yan, 1,115 ang sumailalim sa gene expert o mas advanced na pagsusuri. Lumabas na 64 sa kanila ang positibo sa tuberculosis.
64 na nag-positive po is agad po natin in-isolate po sa isang isolation area at nag-undergo na po agad sila ng TB medication po, yung pagpapabigay po sa kanila ng gamot araw-araw. So monitored po ito ng ating mga trained TB dots personnel ng BJMP po.
Para naman sa Manila Police District, ang pagiging congested ng mga kulungan ang dahilan ng hawaan ng mga PDL. Halimbawa, umano sa Manila City Jail na may halos 5,000 PDL gayong nasa 1,200 lang ang kapasidad nito.
Panawagan din po namin na sana po magkaroon sana tayo ng X-ray result po sana bago pumunta dito sa loob ng kulungan para yung mga nakakahawang sakit gaya po ng PTB ay hindi po kumalat sa loob since congested na po tayo.
Mensahe ng Manila City Jail sa pamilya ng mga pasyente, huwag mag-alala. Sinisiguro nila na aalagaan hanggang sa gumaling ang mga ito. Bukod sa tuberculosis, bantay sarado rin ang Manila City Jail sa iba pang sakit, tulad ng COVID-19 at mga sakit tuwing tag-init gaya ng rashes at pigsa.
Mahirap magkasakit lalo na para sa mga preso. Kaya umaasang Manila City Jail na matutugunan hindi lang ang medikal na pangangailangan. Hiling din nila na mapalawak ang pasilidad nang sa gayon ay maiwasan ng magkahawaan ng sakit sa loob ng piitan. Mobile Journal Kaila Makantan po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Diyan lamang kayo mga Pops. Marami pang siksik na balita sa pagbabalik ng One Balita Pilipinas. Sa kabila ng mga kaliwat kanang kampanya at rally, wala pa ring significant na pagtaas ng kaso ng COVID-19 sa bansa. Yun nga lang, nagbabala ang World Health Organization sa posible namang paglobo ng active cases sa Pilipinas sa Mayo. Magbabalita si JC Cosico.
Kung hindi mahusunod ang mga itinakdang health protocol, sabi ng World Health Organization, hindi imposible ang sinasabing 300,000 active COVID-19 cases sa Pilipinas pagsapit ng kalagitnaan ng Mayo.
Increased mobility during Easter will cause increase in cases or not, depends on whether people wore masks and avoided crowds and poorly ventilated places, and also whether we are testing enough people. If we relax our defenses, then yes, it's possible to get to those numbers.
At mukhang di ang pinalaga ng Department of Health. Feeling back to normal na raw ang ilan na hindi na sumusunod sa health protocols. Gaya na lang daw nitong Holy Week na maraming bumiyahe at nagbakasyon.
Ito pong mga ganitong pagkakataon, dito po nagkakaroon ng chance yung virus para po magpasa-pasa sa bawat isa sa atin.
Pero sa ngayon, wala pa sila nakikitang significant na pagtaas sa mga kaso dulot nito at ng mga campaign sorties kung saan siksikan din ang mga tao. Sa ngayon kasi, patuloy pa rin ang pagbaba ng COVID-19 cases sa bansa. Kung pagbabasehan ng datos noong April 12 to 18, nasa 224 na lang ang average daily cases. 17% na mas mababa ito sa sinundang linggo. Kaya paulit-ulit na paalala ng DOH, sumunod sa health protocols at magpaturok ng bakuna.
Nandito pa ho yung virus, no? Hindi naman po nawala. Ayaw na po natin bumalik na tayo po ay magkaka-restrictions uli. At meron na ho na naman ng mga community lockdowns. Gusto natin magtuloy-tuloy na dun sa ating new normal.
Sa usapin ng second booster shot para sa mga immunocompromised, senior citizens at health workers, wala pa raw final schedule. Hinihintay pa kasi ang rekomendasyon ng Health Technology Assessment Council. Pero posible na raw na gawin ang 4th dose vaccination sa loob ng 1 o 2 linggo. As of April 18, umabot na sa higit 67 million na fully vaccinated sa Pilipinas, habang nasa 12.7 million ang nabigyan na ng booster shots. Para sa 1PH, JC Cosico, News 5.
Bilang Pilipino, bilang Pilipino.
Nagsorry kay VP Leni Robredo ang isa sa presidential candidates na sumama sa press conference sa Manila Peninsula. Git pa ni Norberto Gonzales, hindi kasama sa agenda nila ang hirit ni Mayor Isko Moreno na paatrasin si VP. Para bigyan ng mukha ang balita, Mobile Journal Pam Vasquez.
Itinanggi ng kampo ni presidential candidate at Manila Mayor Isko Moreno na sila ang nasa likod ng kontrobersyal na Manila Peninsula Press Conference noong linggo. Sa panayam sa The Chiefs, iginiit ni Aksyon Demokratiko Chairman Ernest Ramel Jr. na hindi malinaw kung sino talaga ang pasimuno ng press con.
There was a backstory that this came about almost a month ago because there were persistent calls for either one of them or some of them to withdraw. But as to who initiated it, it wasn't just clear, but it was an idea a week ago.
Dagdag pa ni Ramel, layon lang nila Yorme, Norberto Gonzales at Senador Ping Lacson na igiit na hindi sila aatras. Yun nga lang, nagkaroon ng backlash matapos igiit ni Moreno na si Vice President Leni Robredo ang dapat na mag-withdraw. Paliwanag naman ni Ramel, pinalutang lang ito ng alkalde para dugtungan ng ideya ni Gonzales. Napalitan si Robredo na pumapangalawa pero malayo ang agwat kay Bongbong Marcos base sa survey.
Ay pinipresent nga nila sarili nila as alternatives. The Secretary Gonzales said, baka yung number 2, baka hindi kasi siya nakakahabol dahil hindi siya yung dapat pang tapat, so to speak.
Paglilinaw naman nila Lacson at Gonzales, hindi kasama sa agenda ng presscon ang pagpapaatras kay Robredo.
Wala talaga. Totally unexpected as far as we are concerned. Ewan ko lang
Sa isa namang TV interview, nagsorry si Gonzales kay Robredo, pero nagpahaging sa pagiging masyado raw bukas ni VP na baka makahimok ng mga komunista. Hindi ito ang unang beses na iniugnay sa kanila si Robredo, bagay na ilang ulit na ring itinanggi ng kanyang kampo. Tingin naman ng ilang analyst, nag-backfire lang sa mga nagpa-presscon ang kanilang ginawa at lumabas lang ang tunay nilang intensyon.
It was like a trio of people sour graping over something that is fair and square, a part of the competition for votes, the rivalry for the voters.
That press conference fueled that perception that they were Trojan horses for Marcos Jr. You know, that press conference actually manifested that they felt that they no longer matter in this election. They actually felt it because they wanted attention.
Pero si Yorme pinanindigang dapat nang umatras si VP Robredo sa presidential race. Mobile Journal Pamela Vasquez po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Ang headlines noon, history ngayon dahil bilog ang balita. Pops Lord, anong atin dyan?
Merong may birthday sa araw na to, Pops. Presidente.
Magpapainom ba yan?
Tingin ko. Oo, clue. Letter J ang simula ng pangalan niya at letter E ang simula ng apelido.
J.E.?
Si Jenny Ebredo. Okay mga Pops, sa araw na to, taong 1937, pinanganak sa Tondo ang ika-13 Pangulo ng Pilipinas. Maraming henerasyon na ang hindi na inabutan si Erap na artista. Malamang, alam naman lahat na naging superstar si Erap sa edad na 25 ng pagbidahan niya ang talambuhay ng notorious sa gangster na pareho din niyang Tubong Tondo ang nagsemento ng kanyang mitolohiya, isang karakter na sa maling panig ng batas, may puso naman sa api at sa mahirap. Yan asyong salongga. Kaya sa kanyang ika-85th na birthday, balikan po natin ang ilan sa mga sinuunang pelikula ni Erap na masusing kinalap ng vlog ng Video 48. At makikita natin na mga pamanggat na mga to, parang kwento rin ng buhay niya. Simulan natin sa pelikulang Tatak ng Tondo, Tondo Boy, Istambay, Sugapa, Hari ng mga Maton, Patapon, Alamat ng 7 Kilabot, Magiting at Pusakal, Kilabot sa Daang Bakal, at Sotang Bastos. Ang tanong, ilang beses kaya nangyari na naging tatay si Erap? Ilang kaya yung Paps? Dahil siya ba ay Los Paliqueros? At malamang laging hindi dinidinig ang kanyang dasal na, Hoy Tukso, layuan mo ako. At ilang beses din kaya narinig mula kay Dr. Aloy ang mga salitang, Hoy mister, ako ang misis mo. At ilang beses siya kayang tinago ang nobya kong sexy, na siguro laging atang humihirit ng diligin mo ng hamog ang uhaw na lupa. At huwag mong dungisan ang pisngi ng langit bago lumamig ang sabaw. At nung naging head ng Anti-Crime Commission ni Ramos, si Erap, siya siguro ang berdugo ng mga maton. At nung naging Pangulo, syempre, hari at big boss. Pero dahil patuloy ang paglaro ng kung ano mga sugal daw, nagkaroon daw ng mga daliring ginto. At nung nakulong, markang rehas. Pero nung nakalaya na, ay tila naging totoy bingi sa panawagang tama na Erap. Tumakbo mayor in 2012 dahil sa kanyang Manila Connection. At nung siya'y nag-agaw buhay sa ICU, nagkatotoo ang title ng isa niyang pelikula. Nagka-COVID siya, no? Isang paa sa hukay. Pero nang naiwasan ni Erap ang kalawit ni kamatayan, suwak naman ang title ng isa pa niyang sine. Ako'y magbabalik. Tila meron siyang Siyam na Buhay ni Martin Pusa. Pero mga paps, bago tayo magtapos, dapat malaman ng mga umiidolo kay Pangulong Digong na nauna na si Erap sa gimmick niya yan. 1972